We're continuing translations for the Italian language to Comic Studio around here. I guess who goes back for a way for just a little bit for some kind of welcome back, like anyways. So let's just get around for some kind of a little bit for interested as well. So I still got my translated here for some sort of like this, and I wonder that the video recordings are probably still going to be for one thing as well. So I wouldn't able to be confusing that we're using for around for Kikiran Comic Studio as we're searching around in the history and search for a comic. And I definitely didn't lie that we're going to be finding something as well for the expanded Comic Studio. And since in the previous video that I just completely did as well for the expanded Comic Studio, like here for this before, and it won't be able to be for trying to do like these things as well. So I cannot believe this isn't actually going to be taking a long time to load. And just because we don't care about that, we're going to be using around for the Lemon Soda Comic Studio around this. I just added for a backgrounds like here before. And even though this isn't going to be for such as a little bit of those things as well. And we just forgot there must be one missing around of this feature. It will be called for around for the communications that we just try to say so. And we already definitely saying this, even it's going to be for saying around for those Italian language. And there must be a few sprites missing beyond inside of some sort of like this in the Comic Studio before that. So let's just gonna be trying to find somewhere else. It was a together community, and probably Royal Mike had just absolutely developed like this, but I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for some sort of a real thing. And yes, let's just get back into for the Google Translate and translations for around for some sort of like this. It won't be possible for just like that. And I'm not going to be pretty seriously as well. So anyways, let's get around for these things as well. So I hopefully that I just going to be redrafts a run for those things as well. So let's just reload it around for some sort of characters. And looks like there must be a lot of to do so as well. I'm not very sure. There must be another Tesla and a Mustang has just gone to do this. But perhaps the tiles that I just added for around here, and it was just because of the Family Guy reference. Let's just refresh anything as well. And I got some a little bit bad news around this situation for some sort of like the unknown weather situation over here. And just like yesterday, it completely cuts off or cutting out of my way as well. I'm not very sure. It had cut off for my internet connection or the internet connection like this, and I'm not very sure that I just switching into for the primary connection back that I just where it was since a year ago, that since last Christmas 2 years ago. It was not actually that I just not going to be to do. So I'm probably sure that isn't going to be for using for round props. I'll be using tiles like them as well. It will be taking a little bit too much as well. Even the kids are just trying to play tag like anything as well since the previous video. And let's just jump into Puyo Comic Studio. And where it should be able to be saying this as well. We don't really think we added some kind of Family Guy reference to this thing as well, and we're going to be saying for out loud for those things as well. So I pretty added for some kind of a little bit crazy thing as well, especially there must be Lightning McQueen over here, and a few more there, and probably to do so as well. So this is where in my previous videos that I just made something like this one before that. And it was absolutely going to be for a little bit even for crossover with Cookie Run characters. And most of all, let's just going to be translated as well. And she's going to be saying around here for to do this as well. But we're gonna be talking about for this later. And she says, "How is it going to get around the galaxy?" And I won't believe that I just going to be for something that I just going to be saying this. And the first thing I probably type something is going to be for to do this as well. So whenever going to be for to say, and this is going to be for around here to do this as well. So we're going to be copying and paste, or let's just cut it out, and we're pasting for some kind of language to be translated. And it won't be going to be easy as well. It will be taking too long for around here as well. And it says here, "Come farà a moversi nella galassia." What is absolutely going to be for around here? So this is actually going to be for saying for this as well. Probably that for the Mrs. Professor isn't going to be for around here. The Mrs. Professor could be for around here that I'm not going to be saying for around here. I'm not going to be knowing about for this unknown necessary is around here. And looks like this is absolutely for the Italian language that I just did. Another one is absolutely going to be even crazy around here for around here to do this, what I just say. And catch me up if you still can. Oh dear, this isn't going to be for around here. So I'm not going to be going for around here for to do this. Is that he says, "Get back here, little fella," as well. I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for some sort of like this. So I'm just going to be going for cut and paste around for just a little bit more. And more translations that we're going to be paste here as well. Oh my gosh, this is going to be for a little bit amazing. This sounds like a little bit exciting to me as well. And it's just absolutely going to be for saying this as well. And he says, "Come back, you little one." Oh, there must be here. Little one. And I definitely spelled the wrong one. Oh gosh, this is actually going to be for copy and paste here for this thing as well. I still managed to do for translating stuff, and perhaps like I just do my best. And Stewie says, "Torna indentero piccolo." Yep, this is going to be for exactly what I just going to be for insanely what I just coming from as well. So another opponent will be going to be saying this out loud for just one. And probably, I'm not very sure, that must be for a major one thing as well. That must be for a tractor's Schumacher on like this side, and that must be for the 64 car and Francesco Brunelli. Oh, that must be for one thing. It's going to be even insane like this thing. And I wouldn't believe that I just able to be sawing this down as well. So I'm not going to be scrolling down for this thing as well. Especially, that must be Guido behind one of the cars. And some sort of cheerleaders. I wouldn't believe that we're just absolutely going to be saying it around here. So they said that this is actually going to be going to do this, but I'm very confused that I just going to be finding out that we're saying this as well. And they said, "Come on, drivers, step it up." And alright, I'm not going to be very sure that how this request is going to. I got an idea for another example. I just put two Segwaymans, one here for the Jaguar XJ portfolio around for another student, and one for just gotta be for right here for some kind of clothes around for these guys as well. Battle with Stig versus herself in a Mustang versus a Chevy Camaro ZL1. Probably I put Segwaymans around here that I just already said. And then that Guido isn't going to be for saying out loud as well. He was cheering for this This is not a Ferrari. This is a Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 and battle out with a Ford Mustang GT500. And another example that the cheerleaders yelled as "Go Speed Boys for the money, hooray!" We're going to be for exactly how cut and paste. And for these times, that wouldn't believe this isn't going to be for some sort of, like we said, this is going to be for really loud as well. And probably that they says Forza ragazzi, andate veloci per I soli e via. That was absolutely gonna be sounds even more better, but that sounds more I like it around for those things as well. They probably says for they loud, they cheered up for one thing as well. And so they cheered up for Stig or for herself from that. I'm not very sure. That must be for Sunset Shimmer's, the Sunset Shimmer's daughter. I'm not very sure. This isn't going to be for around here. And I guess that will be everything for around of this thing as well. So could be for a little bit of short, but I cannot believe that will be able to be taking for too much as well. So, and probably that will be it as well for Comic Studio, like anyways as well. And that was a little bit pretty short, and I was a little bit confusing for pretty much, and that could be for part 3 for this as well, for just going to be doing for a little bit for one thing. So the link is going to be in description, and you might be able to be check it out for one thing as well. And probably this will be your last 11 days before Pride Month is going to be starting out for this thing as well. And I got no internet whatsoever. But there's more about this, and will not think this is going to be an over for 15 minutes of this video. Let's just copy about for the translation and paste it around here into some kind of a little bit new as well. I have saved any progress, but I'm not very sure this isn't going to be for around here to take a little bit too much as well. So I won't be able to find out, as I'm not going to be for around here. This isn't going to be for some sort of like this thing as well. And even though this isn't going to be for around here, this isn't going to be for around here, and I'm not sure this is eventually going to be taking for very too long for this. So I'm not going to be able to be getting strategy as well for around here. And it says around here for to do this as well, according to the translations as well, for the welcome user for the safety system of everyday road use. With multiple safety conditions, all systems are function and activated, network status and call communications online, drive safely, and have a very safe day. Oh no. And this isn't going to be for some sort of like this. 210 words. Oh my gosh. This isn't going to be for some sort of like when actually that I'm not going to be saying for this. This is getting a hard time, as I'm not very sure this isn't going to be taking for a very long time that it's just going to be reading about itself. So that was absolutely thankfully it won't be taking for too long now. So I guess that will be it for the end of this video. That I never heard from the HEV suit since for a few days ago. Well, I have decided to make this video for over 20 minutes for right this time as well, as we're looking around here to Dandy's World Comic Studio. There is another example that we're going to be for to do this as well. So let's just get right things a little bit faster. And that won't be necessary as well to do this, that I just going to be for around here. So she said, "This way, girls," and it's on its way for around here for some sort of like this. And because she said, "Da questa parte, ragazzi," and which is not that I'm just not gonna be for around here in the garden view for around here as well. And even that is absolutely going to be saying this as well. I'm gonna be pasting as well. Is va bene arrivo. I'm probably sure this isn't going to be for some sort of like I just going to be saying, and we're pasting this thing as well. And that means this is not going to be necessary as well, as she was absolutely saying this. So this is actually going to be for giving itself for to do this as well. They are probably in the kindergarten as well. They're outside of the kindergarten as well, so that I'm probably sure that she said apple cookie around the Italian language, including the the onion cookie that I eventually sang this out. As Mint Wafer Cookie has discovered that he said, "Excuse me, what is going on?" I'm not very sure this isn't going to be for around here. And then that we're going to be for saying is could be Kumasi cosas sua succendo. Oh, sorry, sir. The restaurant is closed. You should better leave. You should better leave, by the way. I'm very sure this isn't going to be for a closed restaurant as well. And probably going to be saying this is going to be for around here. So, and that sandwich cookie says, "Oh mi dispiace, signor. Oh mi dispiace, signor. Il ristorante è chiuso." Oh my gosh. The restaurant is closed. That is actually going to be saying this as well. And paste over here. And looks like I probably added for too many words. So, I'm not going to be exposing myself as well. And especially, this is not going to be for same thing. I'm not very possibly that I just going to be sit around here for some sort of a little bit first. So, we're going to be move on to this one. And a wonder that is not gonna be actually when I just never able to be saying for around here. And then one more thing, I don't really think this video got over 20 minutes old, so let's just copy and paste. And this isn't going to be for around here. And for sometimes that chocolate bonbon cookie says, "Where do you think you're going?" And then, "Dove pensi di andare?" What is actually going on for around here? I just translate to Italian language, so that will almost be it for as well. And one more thing, I have already changed my internet connection back to the main one to prevent it from changing into my internet connection, and probably that I just reorganized the language as well, that it says Benevuelto, the Benevetto. Well, I'm not sure. This isn't going to be for some sort of like to say around here. It's too hard. It's too hard to say for around like anything as well. So, like, anyways, thank you for watching. Like this thing as well. So, thanks again, and have a very safe day. Whenever that is just not going to be causing around for a little bit more time. And I also spend too much time on the internet. So, I'm not very sure. I was completely very confusing. But that was it, everybody, as well. So, I'll be seeing you in another video as well. So, thanks again, and have a nice day.